Hey everybody, welcome back to Playground Sessions. Today we're going to be learning 7 Years by Lukas. I want to just pull up the piano demo from the Playground Sessions app so we can watch and listen through this section, what we're going to be learning today in this video.
1, 2, set, go.
Alright, that's it. So let's start by breaking down the right hand. We're going to be saving the left hand for a little bit later, and then we'll put them together at the end. Let's do a quick demo of the right hand part, and then we'll break it down. It's important to listen to the piece of music we're going to learn before we play in general, because we want to get the rhythms, the tempo, the feel, all in our ears. We want to get familiar before we get our fingers playing. It'll help. So let's listen to the right hand part, and then I'll walk you through it.
1, 2, set, go.
Alright, so let's take a look at measure 1. First, we see a key signature of 2 flats. That means we're in the key of B flat major. And we see our time signature of cut time. That's that C with a slash through it. Well, that means a C, normally 4/4 time, is cut in half. So we're feeling it as a half time groove, as our arrangement tells us. I also see a mezzo piano dynamic marking. So make sure we play nice and light, moderately soft. We're going to get our pinky up here on a high B flat for our first note. And this measure is a pickup measure. We've only got the second half of a normal measure here. So we've got 3 and 4 and. Then we start our first full measure with this D. Okay, so we start with our pinky, 5 finger, and we walk down the scale. Then we start with a D, F, D, F, D. Now that's going to repeat a few times here. So let's move on. Another F, and then same thing. Next measure. Now look ahead. Same thing. Now here, we've got to jump down to a G and D, a 5th. And we'll toggle that with an F. Do it again. Now, let's jump up to our B flat. Same idea here. Alright, now we're halfway through with this section. Try that as many times as you need. Rewind back to the beginning of this segment to practice that more if you feel like you need to get more comfortable. But when you are ready, let's do this together with a metronome at our slower tempo. And when we've got that together, let's do it up to our normal speed.
1, 2, set, go.
Alright, well that was a good learning tempo, about half the speed of our normal tempo. So please repeat that often. Do it at the slow tempo before moving on with me now, doing it at full speed. All right, so when you're ready, let's do it. Count us off, David.
1, 2, set, go.
All right, well, that is the first half of the intro for the right hand. Now, what I want to do is pick it up right at the halfway point and look at the second half. It's a bit of new material. It's actually the main theme from this song, and we're just sort of introducing it now at the end of this intro. Okay, so we'll do this now, and then later you'll see this theme come up through the verse, through the chorus, all of that. It's the main melody that you hear Lukas Graham singing. So the second half of our intro is going to be that, and let's dive into that now. All right, well, let's break this down, shall we? Second half of the intro for the right hand. We're going to do pickups into the second half. So the end of the second line, those 4 eighth notes, we're going to use that to start, right? So we'll do that. We're going to shift our hand down. We're going to play this 6th interval, B flat and G. Okay? 2 Fs, B flat and D, C, and then we're going to play a low F and a B flat. G. Now this whole chord here, B flat over F. It's a quick one, it's just an eighth note. So we'll jump up to our next eighth note, F, and another C. Okay, next measure, G and B flat, another G, and then a full G minor chord, G, B flat, and D. Okay, 3 C's in a row to finish out this measure. G and C together. We're going to keep going on the C's. Now, 2 on B flat, and then we're going to play this guy right here, which is a D minor over F. Okay, C, B flat. Now we're going to, last line, back to our 6th interval, the B flat and a G. Same idea here. And we're going to go thumb on B flat this time for our next measure, because we're going to shift up, pointer on F, and then up the octave to the high B flat again. And we'll descend, and then jump down to our G fifth, like we did in the first half, and toggle with that F. All right, so stay with me there as long as you need to feel comfortable before we set this to a metronome. But when you're ready, let's do this together in time at about half speed. And we'll use our pickup notes at the end of the second line to get into it. Here we go. 1, 2, set, go. Excellent work. Now all we've got to do is play this part up to speed. Then we'll play through the whole section. Great work. So again, pause, rewind, play back. You know the drill. But when you're ready, I'm going to go from the beginning of this section all the way through to the end, with the right hand, of course. And then when we do that, we're going to get the left hand in the mix. From the top, at a half tempo. 1, 2, set, go. Second line. Jump down. Okay, here comes second half. Great work. So let's put this together. Full right hand part, full tempo, along with the piano demo.
1, 2, set, go.
All right, excellent work. So we just got so much done. The right hand for this whole intro, which includes the melody in the second half, all of that. So now what I want to do is switch gears and get the left hand in the mix. Let's start with listening and watching the piano demo from Playground Sessions app to get familiar with this part, and then we will dive in and I'll break down that left hand part for you.
1, 2, set, go.
Okay, so there's our demo. Let's break this down. First, don't forget our key signature. 2 flats means we're in the key of B flat. And then our time signature, of course, the same cut time. So everything there is the same. Notice our first measure is just a rest. That's when the right hand is playing those pickup notes. Okay, and then our first chord that comes after that is G minor. And we're going to play that with our thumb on D, pointer on B flat, and our fourth finger on G. And that's because our next chord, B flat over F, looks like that. Our pinky is on that F. So both of these chords can kind of fit within this one position if we do it with that fingering. So G minor for 4 counts, and then our next measure, B flat over F. Okay, top 2 notes stay the same. Next chord, E flat major 7. Top 2 notes stay the same again. We're going to slide our hand back. We're going to put our fourth finger back on G and our pinky on E flat to play this 4-note chord, E flat major 7. And that's tied over to a half note in our next measure. So we'll give that 2 extra beats, and then we'll finish that measure with an F major chord with 1, 3, 5. All right, now second line, back to G minor. Now our next measure, instead of playing B flat over F, we're just going to go up and play a root position B flat. Same chord, same 3 notes, different order. Now we've got B flat on the bottom instead of F. All right, now we're going to jump down to an E flat, not a major 7, this time just an E flat triad, and we're going to tie that into another whole note in the next measure. So we're halfway done with this section, and the great news is the second half is exactly the same as the first. Not in the right hand, that's why we wrote it out separately instead of putting repeats. But in the left hand, it's exactly the same. So let's keep moving. I'll show you. We're going to push through the second half. Hopefully it'll be familiar. So we'll do G minor again. And then drop our pinky down for a B flat over F. Now slide back to play this big E flat major 7. Tie it over for 2. And then we'll play F for the second half of that measure. F major. All right, last line, G minor. And remember here we're jumping up to a root position B flat. And then down to our E flat triad, tied to our last measure. And that's it for the left-hand part for this intro. So go over that with me if you need in that out-of-tempo walkthrough. But then when you feel confident, you feel ready, let's go ahead and put this to a tempo. We're going to start at about a half speed, and then when we have that together, we're going to play it at full speed. All right, so let's do it. 1, 2, set, go. G minor, B flat over F. Slide back, here comes the E flat major 7. And we'll tie it over. And then now we'll play F, and then back to G minor for the second line. Now up to root position B flat major, and then down to E flat. We'll tie that over for a full measure. G minor here. Back to B flat over F. Slide back to E flat major 7. Tied over. And then F. And then back to G minor. Up to root position B flat. And then our final E flat major. Tie it over. All right, great job. So now we'll do the piano demo one last time for the full tempo run through, and then we'll put these hands together. Let's do it.
1, 2, set, go.
Okay, great job. So now it's time to put the hands together. We've already looked at the right hand and broken it down. We've also just done the same with the left. Now, I want to focus on putting these together at a slow tempo first, and then finally for this intro section, we'll put it together at the full tempo. All right, so let's get up in position. Left hand, G minor chord. Right hand, starting on a high B flat. Ready? 1, 2, set, go. Slide the left hand back for that E flat major 7, and we'll tie it over. Now F chord. Now we're on the second line. Left hand up. Get ready for this right hand stretch to that open 5th. Good job. Tie the left. Here comes the second half. Holding that left hand. Now. left hand up. Good. All right, so remember, the left hand is the same between the first half and the second half. Right hand, though, of course, is not. We've got our introduction to the song in the first 8 bars, and then the second half of this section, we start our theme, our melody, right? So that's it at the slow tempo. Please rewind and play back with that as many times as you need, because now we're going to kick this up, double the speed, up to our full speed. We ready?
1, 2, set, go.
All right, we did it. That's the whole intro. Right hand, left hand, both hands for 7 years. Well, guys, once again, I'm Phil, and if you love what you learned here today, remember, hit the subscribe button to your left. We've got song lessons where we show you how to play the main sections of songs from all sorts of different artists, like Coldplay, Beethoven, Miles Davis, John Legend, the Beatles, many more. And we're also putting out theory videos where we deconstruct popular music, we talk about chord progressions, rhythms, we'll be talking about practice tips, arranging and composing tricks, all sorts of stuff, everything related to the piano. You can find it here on our YouTube channel. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And if you like what you saw today in the video, well, that was me using the Playground Sessions app. That's right, the features you saw on screen today can be at your fingertips with the full playground experience. Co-created by music legend Quincy Jones, the app has incredible interactive feedback and gaming features, full songs broken down by sections and in different difficulty levels, and a whole music theory boot camp section, all taught by YouTube star David Sides. So click the app button on the left to learn more. Alright guys, I'm Phil and you're watching Playground Sessions. Hit that subscribe button so I can see you for the next video.